Today I'm making my own Japanese Kiridashi knife. If it's your first time here on the channel, my name is Kevin. In this video I will show you step by step how you can shape, harden and sharpen this tool. We will start with a blank piece of metal. So I've put a fine line onto the blank metal piece. I have taken myself a corner of 30 degrees, starting from a point, doesn't matter, from here or from here, doesn't matter, and then 30 degrees inwards into the metal. We start by cutting out the rough shape. It's crucial not to overheat the metal if you're using an angle grinder or later on a belt grinder. So if you want to be sure, take a saw. I will use an angle grinder. So cut out the piece. Before we start cutting, always use safety glass, and in my case I will also use some gloves, because safety first. The next thing that we need to do is we need to make a bevel onto this knife, of course. There are some difficult calculations to measure the thickness of the metal and then transfer some crazy calculations onto it. But this is I already built some Kiridashi knives, so and I like this bevel, and I once write it down, so we will just use the same bevel. I have the measurements here in my head, so transfer another line onto the metal part, so we can start grinding our bevel. At this stage you can choose to put it on this side or on this side. It will depend on what you're used to work, or you can make two models, one for the left side and one for the right side. But transferring our bevel. So we transferred our fine line with a scratching marker. So we will start filing, and I will switch between my belt grinder and the file to file in the bevel of this Kiridashi knife. We put our bevel on our Kiridashi knife, and I've jumped between the file and my belt sander. Now I need to make rounded corners. I will use a template, so I have nice rounded corners so I can mark it and then grind it away with the belt sander, some filing. So yeah, mark it. With our 3D printed tool, can be handful. So yeah, now I need to grind the market part, so we have a nice rounded backside of the knife. I will use once again the belt sander and the file. So I will just start grinding it. It's not difficult, it's the same as the bevel, just grind it away. Make sure you don't burn the steel. On the backside it doesn't matter so much, but just to be safe. Yeah, and then the next step, harden the steel. Before hardening you can do some aesthetic work and make some, it's up to you. I already made a few Kiridashi knives, smaller one, a longer one. I've hit it with a ball hammer to give it some aesthetic view. So it's up to you. Now grinding the backside of this knife. We rounded the corners, so a nice round corner. And a very important thing that I forgot to mention, don't just focus on the bevel, but in my case, because I use some raw iron, make sure also to do the backside so that this is as flat as possible, because when you put it against your wood to mark it, make it straight. I am using a diamond stone, and I will just going forward and backwards on the backside of the Kiridashi knife. So an important step. Now it's time to heat treat it, quench it, and then put it in the oven, or in my case I will use my wood stove. It was on because it was cold in here, but now the wood stove itself, there are some fire bricks on it, and they have a temperature of 250 degrees, so I will put it there and heat treat our Kiridashi knife. For the heat treating and hardening, the hardening and heat treating it. I can put it in the forge, but because the wood stove is burning in here, it's already 30 degrees, so I don't have the feeling to put on the forge, although it's much faster. But I will just use a torch to heat up the metal. And so the most important part for me is the cutting part. I can fix it with a regular torch, so yeah. If it takes too long, I will just put in the forge. So our wood stove with bricks, fire bricks on it, and yeah, so the wood stove has been burning to rise up the temperature here in the workshop, and these stones now have a temperature of 250 degrees. Normally you will put it in an oven, more control over it, but yeah, this is also fine. You can also do it with a torch. Yeah, the bricks have the temperature, so why not? Afterwards we can sharpen our knife and start using it. Our Kiridashi knife is ready, and this is now my third one. So I made also a left Kiridashi knife and a right Kiridashi knife. The backside is totally flat. We created a very sharp edge. So we have a piece of wood. So now we have 3 knives, and yeah, you can do a lot of fancy things with it. So a small Kiridashi knife with a hole in it, so I can hang it somewhere on a nail. Then our second Kiridashi knife, and I just hit it with a ball hammer to make some some engravings. So our second Kiridashi knife also with a hole in the backside to hang it somewhere. And our last Kiridashi knife, not a hole in the backside, just a rounded shoulder. Didn't do any fancy things, no hitting it with a hammer, just a piece of metal with a bevel on it and almost razor sharp edge, so just for marking. And so the point is, this part of the knife is very sharp. So yeah, and now that this knife is finished, it's time to organize the rest of my workshop. In my next video I'm building a custom wooden storage box for my latest 3D prints, some tools. You came across two in this episode. So the degree gauge, a template for holes, some, yeah, this is for finding the angles of a knife for sharpening, or a scissor, doesn't matter. Some clamps. I need something to storage these 3D printed tools, and maybe, I'm not sure yet, a second box for our knives. Subscribe if you don't want to miss that build. For now, I would say happy creating, happy DIYing, happy woodworking, happy metalworking. That's it for this video. I will say see you in the next. Peace.